Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth. If you're not new here, my name is still Elizabeth. So anyways, if you aren't new here, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. So I know that it is like mid-February, but at the February just got away from me. I was gonna do it earlier on in the month, and then I got sick again, which has been the weirdest thing ever, because I had a fever for 2 days and then I was coughing, but I haven't, it's there. The coughing is better, but it's there. And then my daughter got it, but she has a cough that just does not go away. She never had a fever. She's a bit lacking like the hunger department. She's not as hungry as she was before. My son has yet to get anything, thank the Lord. My husband doesn't have anything. My mother-in-law doesn't have anything. So it's just me and my daughter, and it's been the weirdest thing. But anyways, I am here today to talk about the three books that I read in January. I have to say February is going a lot better, but that's a video for another day. The first book, and then we have to remember that when I started reading in January, I was in a book slump. I don't know why. I wasn't feeling it. I was reading because I like to read, and sometimes I have nothing else to do because all the TVs are taken at my house. But I really wasn't in the mood for reading. I would finish one book, it's like, I don't know what I want to read now. I wasn't in the mood to read anything. So I was kind of in a slump. I also forgot my reading journal at home, and it bothers me because I needed it today because I was going to work on it today. But I have a list of over 100 books that I own physically that I need to read. So my goal for this year is to lower that list. And so far, every book that I have read from January until now has been off of my list. So my book buying ban has been good for almost 2 months, and it will be broken later on in the year because I have a book that I want coming out in August, another one coming out in September, and then I'm gonna get more with those. So but it's okay because so far my book buying ban is going good. And I found the pen that I use for my writing journal. I mean, I have another one in pink, but my writing journal is green. I have to show you next video, but I think the blue matches better with the green. Anyways, the first book that I read in January was Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I've heard many good things about Alice Feeney. Sarah Caroli adores her writing, and I'm like, okay, let me read it. I've had it for a while because of Sarah, so let me go ahead and read it. It was a ride. It is a thriller. So you are following 3 people. You have Adam, who is the husband, and then I believe Amelia, hold on, this is Robin, which you kind of don't know the role that she plays until later on in the book. Then you have Amelia, which is a wife. Adam is a writer, and I forgot what the name of the condition is, but he can't recognize faces. So he'll know who you are, let's say based on the color of your hair or the clothes that you're wearing, or obviously like your voice, but he can't look at you and say, oh, okay, I know that this is so-and-so because they have blue eyes or because their lips are always pink or red or whatever. Like, he cannot distinguish faces. So it's just little things that Amelia does, for example, the way she wears her hair and things like that help him recognize who she is. Anyways, their marriage is in trouble, and Amelia wins a weekend away at a cabin. They are, I think, Scottish or something. The book doesn't take place in America. So then they go to try to see if they can save their marriage. But when they get there, weird things just start happening. I enjoyed it. I have to say, I read this one, I think it was in like less than a week. And for somebody in a book slump, that to me went pretty fast. Especially when my kids were still sick, because we were still suffering from COVID at the beginning of the year. But it was a good book. There were some things that I would ask myself. Like, the husband started asking Amelia, who was the one that said you won the trip? Oh, and then her answer would be like, oh, I don't know, I just received the email. So it's things of like, why wouldn't you question who gave it to you, or like how you won it? Because if I see something suspicious, I immediately call. Especially like you know how you guys sometimes receive like bank messages or emails. Oh, your account has been hacked. Please click here. I don't click there. I call the number on the back of my card to see what really is going on. Sorry, you see, there's that cough that I just can't get rid of. Anyways, and it's just like, where in Amelia's mind is she like, why wouldn't you ask and try to figure out who exactly that came from? Because yes, I would love a weekend away, just me and my husband, but it's like, under weird conditions, why me? Out of all the co-workers, because she supposedly won it in like a raffle at work, out of all the co-workers, why her? Was she the only one to win a trip, or was there multiple people winning a trip? It's like, I don't know. It's just like questions that I had that she honestly did not have an answer for. It kind of makes me feel like she was kind of dumb, but I don't remember what I gave this. I think I gave it a 4-star because there was just so many questions, and I wish I had my reading journal, because my reading journal, I wrote down exactly what I thought of this book. But whatever, it is what it is at this point. Hold on, I'm going through my Goodreads. I gave it a 4-star. Like I said, there were too many questions. I haven't even updated my... Did I put my rating here? My review? No, I didn't put my review. I have it in my writing journal, not my reading journal, not on my Goodreads. Anyway, but it was good. And there was a twist. Like, you find out who Robin is, because she's a third person that she comes into. So you're like, what role does she play in all of this? But at the end, it was very well done at the end. And yes, there is a dog. And I thought something happened to the dog. The dog is fine. Spoiler, dog is fine. Thank God. I would have been devastated if something happened to the dog. But either way, I did not expect the ending of the book. It did have a lot of twists and turns. So I would highly recommend. I just said, it's just like questions that, like, I don't know why anyone in their right mind would go somewhere like that without asking questions first. Pero bueno. That's why it's called the book. And I know that there are people out there like that. If that's you, that's you. The second book that I read I had it on my list for a while since last year. It is a movie. My husband saw the movie and he's like, babe, you are going to love the movie because it is your type of movie. So I asked him what movie it was. He told me the name. I'm like, oh, I have the book. Oh, and he's like, oh, I didn't know it was a book. But I like to read books and then watch the movie and then compare. So that's exactly what I did with A Man Called Ove. It is a sad book. Like, at the beginning, it's okay. He's 59, so they consider him an old man. I don't consider a 59-year-old man old. I mean, they're not young, but they're not like super old. To me, an old man is like 65 and older. You know, that they're getting up there in age. Anyways, he is very bitter in life. Poor man. And in the book, it is explained why. He has lost everyone and everything he has cared about. I think the mom walked out on him when he was younger. I don't remember about the mom, but I think the mom walked out on him when he was younger, so it was just him and his dad. As time progressed, his dad used to work. This book takes place in Sweden, by the way. It's not in America. As time progressed, he got older and he started working with his dad at like a railroad company that his dad used to work at. His dad has an accident at the railroad company and his dad also passes away. He is left by himself because he has no siblings and he was like 16 at the time. So it's just, as everything progresses, everything starts getting taken away. Something happens to the house that he grew up in that was his parents' house. And then with time, he meets a girl and he falls in love with her. And he's like, nope, she's the one that I'm going to marry. And they do marry. Tragedy strikes there again. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because it takes away from the story. Tragedy strikes there. They get older together as a couple. Another tragedy strikes there. At the end of the day, he is left alone, and because life has treated him so unfairly, he is just bitter toward everything. So today, because you kind of get like both timelines, you get like the past, letting you know like what led up to it, and then today. So today he gets new neighbors. It's a family where you have the mom, the dad, and then you have 2 daughters, and then the mom is super pregnant with baby number 3. And it's so adorable how that family was able to take Ove out of like his negative mindset, because he's very like, oh, he sticks to himself, he likes things done a specific way because that's the only way to do it, especially since he was the one that kind of helped found the living community that he lives in. So if you don't follow his rules, he gets mad and things like that. So he meets his family because they're moving in and they have like a trailer that they're backing up, and the husband backs up the trailer into his mailbox. And he's like, oh, it's unbelievable that you don't know how to back up a trailer, that I'm going to have to do this for you, and yada, yada, yada. And that's kind of like how it started. And then the wife and him kind of think alike when it comes to the husband. They think that the husband is a dope. And if you read the story, he kind of is, but it's a cute type of dope. So the wife, you know, she's very attentive to Ove. You know, she'll bring him food like, oh, thank you so much for helping us to, like, you know, move the trailer and all this. And, you know, and slowly she starts getting him to warm up. So it's like this found family trope within this book. And as the story progresses, they become an even bigger found family. And then you deal with kind of like, he had an issue with one of his neighbors, and then that's kind of resolved. And it's just, it was a really, really sweet book. The ending got me. I would say it was like the last 15% of the book. That's it. I literally, like, I was reading it on my Kindle because I was sleeping my son at the time. So I literally had to put my Kindle down and just like breathe, because I had to process what was happening. And it's just, it was beautiful the way it ended. But I don't know, I like I said, I was in a slump. I gave it 4-star. Would I recommend? Yes. I saw the movie. Yes. The movie, I'm gonna be honest, it was almost identical to the book. The names were changed. Obviously, he is not Ove in the movie, he is Otto. In the book, the wife, the pregnant one, she is Iranian. In the movie, they are a Latin family. I think they are a Mexican family that moves in. The movie takes place in Pennsylvania. This book takes place in Sweden. Pretty much, other than that, the movie does not go into details as to kind of like his past life. So you see how he met the wife, and it like progresses from when he met the wife, but you don't know the story of what happened to the mom or what happened to the dad, and kind of like what adds more to his bitterness. But either way, I would say the movie was almost exactly the same as the book, so I do recommend the movie as well. The movie got me as well, even though I knew what was coming, obviously, because I read the book, I knew what was coming. The movie still got me. Beautiful story. I was in a reading slump, which is, I'm guessing, why I gave it the 4 stars that I gave it, or did I give it 5 stars? I don't think I've had a 5-star this year. Nope, I gave it 4 stars. I haven't had my first 5-star of the year, surprisingly, because last year in January I had my first 5-star. But anyways, it was a wonderful book. The ending was beautifully executed, and there was just some language in here, and it's not like bad language, it's not like bad words or anything. So it was just the ways that he sometimes like expressed himself, I don't know, it kind of bothered me. But anyway, that was book 2 that I read of the year. Yes, that's the second book I read in January and of the year. The third book I had been wanting for a while. I would say it's like magical realism, and it is The Night Circus. Look at the size of this book. And it's not that thick. Let me see how many pages it is, because I know that I've read bigger books than this. Hold on, let's see, acknowledgements. 512 pages of a book. It's not that bad. I will say it is not that bad. Oh my god, I just felt it was so slow. Like, okay, so you have 2 magicians that they have been bonded, but they don't know this. They have been bonded by like their trainer to, at the end of the day, only one of them can remain standing. One of them can only be the best. So it progresses from that. So then the Night Circus just magically appears in your town tonight. And then it's here for a few days, and then the same way it appeared, it just disappears off the face of the earth. You don't know when it's going to be back. You don't know if it's next month, in 2 months, or whatever. Sometimes it's even years. But the way that the book progresses is like, sometimes you go from like 1 year, so this is 1895, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just, sometimes it's just so slow the way that it progresses, and it's just like, that was driving me nuts. It's like, what happened when the 3 years that there was nothing written? I don't know. I just felt that I'm sorry, once again, there I go with the cough. I just felt that it could have been faster, like more fast-paced. That's just me. Did I give this a 3 or a 4-star? I even forgot to rate it. I'll think about that, and I'll get back to you on that, because I don't know. It wasn't bad. It did have moments where it picked up more, especially at the end, because at the end, the 2 that were bonded, was a girl and a boy. They discovered that they were bonded, but they end up falling in love. So how do you deal with the fact that the person that you are in love with, somebody has to remain standing? It's either you or them. How do you choose? So the way that was executed, it was a way that I did not expect for it to be executed. And then you have like this random kid, his name is Bailey, that he's like, what does he have to do with the whole with the story? But when you come to the end of the book, you realize what he does have to do with the whole story. And it's just like, everyone in the circus is attached to like this duel between the 2 magicians, Celia and Marco. And it's like, the circus literally depends on them. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it unrated for now, because I really do have to think about it. She was big. Did not think that she needed to be this big. She could have progressed a little bit faster. Like I said, there were times that nothing happened within the years, and it's like, what happened? I don't know. I really don't know if I would read it again. Like, I might when I'm out of a slump, so that I can tell myself, oh, okay, I really did like the book, or I really did not like the book. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna lend it to one of my students because she's dying to read it. She actually wanted my opinion on it, but I'm giving it to her now because she's a subscriber. It's just, I don't know. And then look what I did to it with my pen, which hurt. Hold on, trying to find the page. Because you all know I do not break my spines. I do not write in my books because I never have. I can't find it. I damaged my page a little bit, and like I said, that hurt, but I made a hole in one of the pages with my pen. I think I found it. Right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Kind of made like a little hole right there, but oh well. It doesn't bother any of the pages on the front. It doesn't, nothing on the back, so I think it's just gonna stay like that, but I don't know. I forgot to rate it, and I don't know what I would rate it now. I think it's because this one kind of helped pull me out of my slump, and then that got me into February, which has been a much better reading month. But like I said, that's another video. I don't know. Maybe a 3-star. Like I said, it was bigger than it, in my opinion, it's bigger than it needed to be. It was a bit slow-paced until the end. The end was beautifully executed, and I was just like, wow. I kind of didn't... If you read the book and you know what happens with Bailey and what he says at the end of the book, you're gonna be like, wow, I did not expect that. I really didn't. I thought that was wonderfully executed. I don't know. I really don't. And there wasn't any language there. It wasn't smutty. It was a romance story. I'll go with 4. Maybe I'll put that on my Goodreads before I forget, because then that means that I got to transfer it over to my reading journal, which I'm so mad I forgot. Either way, so I just rated it 4 stars on Goodreads. Like I said, it was nice. It's just a little bit too long for what I felt it needed to be, and a bit too slow for what I felt it should have been. So either way, those are the 3 books that I read in January. February has been a much better reading month, and I cannot wait to show you all the books that I have read. And remember how back in like December, I believe it was, I made a list of books that I wanted to read in the winter? I have read almost all of those books. I have 3 left. One of them I am not gonna read because I will explain when I make that video. One of them I'm just not gonna read. I'm not in the mood for it. Don't know if I ever will be in the mood for it. Thank God it's not one of my physical books, and I have it on my Kindle, but But the other ones I have, so other than that one, I have 2 more books that I need to read. I am reading one of them now, and then like the continuation, which I hope to also finish in February, because like I said, today's only the 16th, so we're still pretty early on. And so far from the new book, I'm already like 20% in, and I started it yesterday. So yay me, February is a much better reading month. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe, for you can be aware of all my future uploads, and have a wonderful day. Bye.